Where is the Omaha real estate market as we enter the month of February? Where are mortgage interest rates right now? What about the current inventory? Are we starting to see inventory increase? What about home prices? Those are just a few of the questions we're going to answer in today's video, and we're going to get started right now. Let's take a look at current mortgage interest rates. The 30-year fixed rate mortgage is currently at 6.95%, almost 7%. Last year at this time, rates were a little lower at 6.42%. In mid-October, we saw rates approach 8%. Since then, rates have backed off. What will interest rates do in the future? Nobody knows for sure. When rates go up, it kills off demand and more buyers sit on the sideline. Should a potential buyer wait to see if rates come down? Ultimately, you have to do what is best for you and your family. However, as rates come down, more buyers come off the sideline. If a buyer is sitting on the sideline, that buyer did not go away. That buyer just adds to pent-up demand. As rates go down, more buyers come off the sidelines, which heats up the market and it drives prices back up. If you watch any amount of YouTube, there's a belief that prices are going to come crashing down. I caution anyone, do not make decisions based off what you find on YouTube videos. Real estate markets are highly localized and they're segmented. Different subdivisions and different school districts behave differently. Different price points behave differently as well. Prices have increased because of three reasons. Number one being inventory. We have not built enough homes over the past decade. Builders are starting to catch up, but we're still short. Two, we have the lock-in effect. Many potential sellers of existing homes would sell. However, they don't want to give up a 3% interest rate in order to get a new home at a 7% interest rate. And three, we have demographics. The largest segment of the current population is at peak buying age. That's adding to demand. I think there's another demand problem that's just around the corner, and that's going to be the southern border. Now, I don't want to be political here, but every new person who crosses that border needs a place to live. If they rent an apartment, that adds more renters to demand, which is going to drive up the price. I think in the years to come, that's going to be more of an issue. And I also think someone was smart enough to figure this all out because we've seen an explosion in multifamily construction. Somehow somebody's going to find a way to make some sort of money off of all this. How is this going to get fixed? That's the multi-billion-dollar question. I think it's going to take years to fix. And it's an election year, so we have the people in power who want to stay in power. Those people are going to say, hey, elect us, we want to fix it. And then you have the party that's not in power going to say, elect us, we'll fix it. And I do think we do have an affordability crisis. Unfortunately, I think if you're waiting for the government to make your life better, you're going to be disappointed. At best, I hope they don't screw it up that much. I think at the end of the day, you need to make your own economy. Will rates go down? Okay, many experts believe rates will eventually come down later on this year. Now, if rates go down and prices go up, then did it pay to wait? What are your thoughts on interest rates? Do you think rates will go down this year? What about home prices? Do you think prices will increase this year? I'm interested in what your thoughts are on the market. So leave your thoughts in the comment section below and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers. This April marks my 4th year of being on YouTube, and I really appreciate everyone who has supported the channel. There's never a perfect time to buy a home. The perfect home doesn't exist. And it's natural to have some buyer's remorse. The perfect deal doesn't exist either. Buy a home you can afford, stay within your budget, make an informed decision, do your due diligence, and have at least a 5-year time frame. In my opinion, you're going to be okay. Where is the current inventory? January inventory was up 25.1% compared to January of 2023 in Douglas and Sarpy County. We currently have 1,504 homes on the active market. Now, if we go back 5 years, the current inventory is comparable to January of 2019 when we had 1,588 homes on the active market. In January of 2020, we had 1,438 homes on the active market. Be careful when you hear people say that inventory is skyrocketing, because you want to make sure that you're looking at things in context and not looking at inventory just compared to the unicorn years during the pandemic. Compared to then, yes, we have a lot more inventory, but when you look back over the course of the past 10 years, it's going to put things more in context. What about closed sales? In January, we had 537 closed sales for the month of January, and that's up 2.1% compared to 2023. Now, number one, sales are down every January. Most people in December are preoccupied with the holidays, so sales are naturally off during the month of January. However, sales were also off because in late fall, we had interest rates at 8%. So late fall pendings are January's closing. So that added to some of the lower sales during the month of January. Again, when we're looking at closed sales, we're looking at seasonality. Sales bottom out in January, they increase in the spring, they peak in the summer months, and then they decrease in the fall, and that's a normal cycle, and it's called seasonality. What about home prices? Home prices were up 7.4% compared to January of 2023. The median closed sales price in January of 2024 was $300,000. Prices continue to increase even if the number of sales are down. If you look at prices over the past 5 years, you continue to see prices increase. When you look at this graph over the past 5 years, you see prices peak in the summer months, prices bottom out in the winter months. That's why we compare prices year over year and not month to month. If you own a home and if you'd like a free online valuation, I have a program called HomeBot, and it'll send you a monthly update of the value of your home. It's free and there's no obligation, and I'll leave a link in the description below. What about new listings? Now, more homes hit the market in the month of January. 951 new listings hit the market in January of 2024. That's up 7.7%. If we look at a 5-year chart, you see that's normal for January. More listings come on the market after the first of the year. What about days on market? Days on market was up 11.1% compared to January of 2023. The median days on market was 10 days on the market. Homes are still selling quickly. What about the months of supply? In January of 2024, there was a 1.8 month supply of homes on the market, and that's still a seller's market. Remember, 0 to 3 months of supply is a seller's market, 4 to 6 months of supply is a balanced market, and over 6 months of inventory is a buyer's market. If you look at homes 450 and above, we have a 3.3 months supply of homes on the market. Again, it's a function of affordability. Fewer buyers can afford a $450,000 home. That being said, I was out with a buyer last week from New York, and it was at the $550,000 price point, and it still received multiple offers. Homes still have to be priced right. I know it's early, but I think we're in for a good spring market. What about percent of last list price? Homes are still selling for list price. However, in some situations, you might get a seller to make some concessions. One opportunity in our market is with new construction. Some builders do have special incentives in order to move the product. As a reminder, if you're working with an agent, be sure your agent is with you on your first visit. And if you're not working with an agent, then you should be. My contact information is in the description below. What about the unemployment rate in the Omaha area? Sarpy County unemployment rate remained the same at 2.2%. In Douglas County, the unemployment rate went down just a tad from 2.6 to 2.5%. What about the price of lumber? The price of lumber remains steady at $552 for 1,000 board feet.